worked with the Andhra Pradesh government schools. Okay, I'm talking, taking a state government example here. And they said very clearly that there are two types of raw water quality. One is 400 ppm and below, and there are 400 and above. So they said, you give us two types of technologies, one for one category and one RO technology for the other one. As you rightly said, there is no viable alternative for RO today, though CDI is some technology we are promoting, but it has certain limitations and challenges. RO is universally ready technology. That is why it is getting used. Later on, they changed their mind. The government themselves, and I'm taking this point with the earlier speaker who said, it's the government's responsibility, municipality, to give good quality water, then why are people putting RO units there? But the reality is government is unable to give 24/7. Therefore, people are resorting to borewell water and alternative sources during certain seasons. And that time they need the RO. And therefore, they cannot do without an RO even under normal circumstances. So what we have done, we have given them a solution which says there will be a sensor. This is where technology is coming in. There will be a sensor. It will sense the raw water quality or the finished water quality, one of them. It will switch on and switch off the RO depending on the need. Okay. And therefore, the water will get optimized. But there are situations where you have to use RO, but keep it to a minimum. This is the best we could do. But the other side of the story is the RO companies are saying, look, if there is fluoride, which is beyond the limit, 400 ppm is a huge number for fluoride. With more than 2 ppm is a problem. So these are some challenges which we are looking at in terms of standardizing.
Chandra,
but I'll come back to you on this point.
Yeah. Any quick response, Chandra, very short one, to what Mr. Nandakumar is saying? Fluorides and, arsenic and all that?
There are tailor-made solutions, sir. Without RO, we can only knock out the fluoride or arsenic, thereby giving potable water.
Nandakumar, can you expand on... sorry, Chandra, 1 minute, if you don't mind. Mr. Nandakumar, can you respond to... can you expand on what you said on the sensors and, continuous monitor of quality of water?
Okay. See, what we have recommended is, since they said below 400 ppm, you do not need RO. But there are certain times in the year which we cannot predict now that the TDS will go beyond 400 to 500 and beyond. We don't want the school children to drink that quality of water suddenly. So we said, we recommended, and they said 70 to 110 ppm or some range like that. Correct. Is optimum. Okay. Yeah. So we said we will put a sensor, TDS sensor, at the delivery of the RO or the delivery of the system. And if it goes below 70, then the RO will switch off.
Supposing I extended that, sorry to interrupt you, that is this monitor that you are talking of, or the sensor for TDS, instead of after the RO, supposing you had it before.
Yeah.
Now what happens is, now I'll go back to Chandra. If you had it like that, Chandra, and if the quality of water was under, let us say, 500, 750, I'll say. TDS is not a challenge, actually. TDS is not at all a norm for water quality, but I'm taking the argument further because of whatever. Now, what happens for you? Sorry, I'll just finish the question. Now, what is the concern in a school or wherever? Is there arsenic in it? Is there fluoride in it? Or is there any other salts or, any heavy metals or whatever? Is there the same sensor? Can we use it in a way that it tells us what we should do next as treatment? Over to you.
There are companies who are doing sensors which are element specific, but it has not become more scalable.
Correct.
Experiments are only going, it is not profound.
Okay.
But ironically or significantly, the along project where I'm doing, the same problem comes up. During dry run, the TDS goes up. That is where we have come with natural solution what is readily available. By bringing in the rainwater, diluting the bore water permanently, making sure that it never shoots beyond 400 at any given point of time. That is where the difference is. Why should I bring in IoT when nature can give you a solution?
Hardness came into picture where beyond 150 ppm, chlorine toxicity is completely compromised. If I drink 400 ppm water, hardness I am talking, my flora will be better. In my dysentery, of course, that was 40 years ago, I benefited by drinking a tube well water. Number one. Number two, RO and all that we are talking, You see, 2.5 to 3 kg centimeter square pressure consumes power. And power generation also takes water.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is not.
Yeah,
it is not.
I'll leave that. I understand. But my question to you as a water scientist, Ravalji, is this. If we know the quality of water,
Yes,
then what happens? Should I go with one hammer for a pin? RO is like a hammer for a pin.
No,
we don't need it all the time.
My only point, sir, we need 3 liters of water to drink per day. Maybe a liter or 2 more for my cooking. But the water, physiological water that life or cell takes, whether it's a bacterial cell or my body, is H3O. It's a protonated water, and protonated water demand of a 170 kg body mass is 6 ml. Arsenic and cadmium and all that is our industrial courtesy, modern civilization. And for that, we should go to sewage treatment plant. And why do we mix industrial plant?
Okay.